Hi guys, this is Chris Morton from binaryoptions.net.au. Today I'm going to go through the MarketsWorld.com binary platform. This is a new platform that I have recently started using myself. It's quite exciting. They are the only online broker to offer up to 95% returns. Plus also their minimum deposit is as low as $5. So it's a great platform to actually, without spending too much money, if you want to just try a few trades before you put in a larger deposit. But one thing to keep in mind, if you're going to put in a low first deposit, they'll only match your first deposit. So if you put in $5, they'll give you a $5 bonus. But if you put in $300, they'll give you a $300 bonus. So I guess that's the catch-22. Okay, we're going to basically do some small trades of $1 just to see how the system works, and we'll be using my free binary options strategy. So, okay, we'll go through the commodities first, and we'll bring up gold. Okay, and we'll be doing 1 hour expiries. So on this particular case, we'll be doing half-hour expiries because the session of gold is almost over. Okay, so we'll bring up the gold charts. If you're familiar with my system, you realize that this is on my site. On the home page is a link, and it's basically just the eToro real-time trends analysis. Well, you can see here this is a very good bearish trend, so we'll definitely be trading this one, and we'll be putting in a lower call. Our stake will be $1, and also this is one of the few platforms to offer $1 investments. So which is really good if you just want to get your feet wet before going into larger trades. So we'll put in a buy, and that will go through. So you can see it says here, if at 2 o'clock, if gold is lower than this particular value, you will earn 91% of my trade. So you can obviously see if I put in $100, that would have been $91 return. And you can see down here in the active trades, this is pending. Okay, so we'll go over to the next one, which is oil. And we'll bring this up on my charts, on the eToro chart. You don't actually have to use my chart here. You can actually download eToro yourself and have it sitting in another window on your screen. It's whatever you're comfortable with. You can use Meta4 trends analysis. Okay, so we'll bring up oil. Okay, this is a classic neutral graph, which is what we don't want to trade, as it's either going to be just continuing on this line. We want to really predict which way the stock is going. Okay, so we'll leave that one alone. We'll bring up silver, and we'll come over to silver, and yeah, another very bearish chart. So we'll be trading silver, and we're putting in a lower call. You notice how different sites have different ways. Some call it call put, some call it high low. In different countries like Japan, it's high low is very common. This particular software, they use high lower. So we'll put in a buy call. One interesting fact about MarketsWorld is it's also a proprietary software platform. So you won't find this set up in any other broker. These guys have actually done their own software, which is quite interesting. Okay, so that was at a 90% profit. So we'll bring up the AUD USD currency pair, and we'll go through and bring up that. Okay, this is probably a bit sideways for my liking, so I'll leave this one alone. The Euro Swiss. Okay, Euro Swiss. Again, very sideways. We'll leave this one alone. Euro British Pound. And as you can tell in many of these binary brokers, the actual graph they give you is very basic, very rudimentary. It gives you a bit of a guide as what's happening, but you're better off getting, your better trends analysis charts, and you can really break down into different periods if you really want to see what's happening on different periods. Obviously, for my 1 hour system, I use the 5-minute chart because I'll be trading within what's happening within an hour of a stock. So let's bring up the Euro British Pound. Yep, again very sideways. All the currencies aren't doing too much in either direction of being a bearish or bullish chart. The Euro, I think this is TRY. I'm actually haven't come across that one before. I don't think I have it handy. TRY. I'll have to research that myself. What TRY stands for. Okay, we'll bring up the Euro USD. Okay, the Euro USD, a very popular currency to trade, and again very sideways. We'll leave this one alone. And the British Pound USD. There's 2 more to go. British Pound. British Pound. British Pound. Where are you? I've gone. I have gone blank here. Where is it? Maybe I don't have it up in eToro. USD British Pound. Maybe it is USD. There it is. It's the very first one. Okay, yeah. Sideways again. And lastly, the USD yen currency pair. USD, and yeah, again very sideways. So we're going to be staying away. There's no indexes open at the moment, so these are my 2 trades. So we've got 15 minutes till these trades are closed out. You can see this is one when I first deposited back on the 4th. I actually lost this particular trade. So okay, so that's pretty much MarketsWorld. Pretty straightforward. I'll pause this video and restart it again with about a minute to go, and we'll see how my trades ended up. So see you soon. Okay guys, we've got a minute to go. Yeah, one comment I would say that's a negative about MarketsWorld is that you can't easily tell where your trade is currently sitting. A lot of the other platforms have a very good indicators to see if your trade is either a winning trade or losing trade. Right now it just has it's very static, just says pending. So obviously when it's going to be 2 o'clock in 30 seconds, we'll see if my trades are winning or losing. I guess you can, we could bring up silver here and see where the current strike price is. I got in at 32.691 and need it to be lower for it to be a winning trade. So it's loading up here for some reason. Okay, so it's 32.720, which would be a losing trade, and for gold we need it to be lower than 1736.64, and it is right. Oh no, it's actually above as well, so that'll be two losing trades. Okay, so it's past 2 o'clock, so these trades have now expired. So I don't think this page auto refreshes, so you probably have to, I'm guessing, click trade again, and it probably flushes the orders. Yep, so that's processed them, and yeah, you can see here that those two that we just did were losing trades. Okay, so that's the MarketsWorld trading platform. The bonuses or the positives are very high returns of up to 95%. And the other unique thing is you can deposit from as low as $5. And they do offer a 100% bonus up to $300. To claim the bonus, make sure you talk to the guys there in the customer care department, and they'll get that bonus there for you. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to email me at contact@binaryoptions.net.au, or go to our forum and post away there. All right, until next time, may all your trades be profitable.